Hello, everybody. I am Glowstig, and this is Rising Phoenix Racing. As I said, my name's Glowstig. Welcome to the stream, and we are at Mexico for round 6 of the championship, where I'm gonna get the track map up so I can tell you a bit about the stats of the track. It was it first appeared as a non-championship event in 1962, before being held as a championship event in 1963, to 1970 and 1986 to 1992, and it returned in 2015. As I said, first held in 1962. Verstappen has the most wins on the track, which is really interesting, actually. It is 4.3 kilometers or 2.6 miles. It's the race length of 305 kilometers or 189 miles. That's in real life, so 71 laps. Verstappen won last year's race with Hamilton in second and then Perez in first. Verstappen also getting pole position and Russell getting the fastest lap. So that's a bit about the track. It has got 17 corners, and I just like the track. It's quite a low, despite being quite a turny track, it is quite a low downforce track, which is pretty interesting. As we have, I don't know who's out. I think JD's going to be the first one to set a lap, so we'll go on board with him. While I tell you the drivers' constructors. So let's see. I don't want results. I want drivers. I want the constructors. Where can I get the constructors? Here we go. So driver standings. After round 5, we have Krail in first with 133 points. We have Swiatek in second with 119 points. We have Kito Swordman with 116 points in third. Valsa in fourth with 104 points. JD Ports, or I think just JD, in fifth with 96 points. Bazooka Joe in seventh with 68, I think that is. I've just missed Dan. I have completely missed Dan. I am so sorry. Dan in 6th, with 76. Bazooka Joe in 7th, with 68. The Cowman in 8th, with 57, I think. Casper in 9th, with 53. Benja in 10th, with, let's see, I think 50. Skeef in 11th with 42. Dougie in 12th with 42. Hedgehog in 13th with 40. Leo with 23. No, sorry, Hedgehog has 25. Leo has 23. Tony has 20. Swanee, who's a reserve, has 20. Jaden, also reserve, has 12. Izzy has 12. Dean Felon, who's racing tonight, good luck to him. He is in 10. He is in 18th for 20 points, or 10 points even. Sorry. Maestro in 20th with 8. George with 6. RKI, I think that's his name, with 5. Shadow 0. Deadwood Bear 0. and then Panda also 0. As I move on to the constructors, I am doing a really bad job so far. Can I just say? I'm sorry for that. Constructors. We have McLaren in front with 220 points, Mercedes in second with 186, Red Bull in third with 176, Alpine in fourth with 138, Ferrari in fifth with 121, Ferrari even in sixth with 112.5, AlphaTauri in sixth. Wait. Haas in seventh, oh my god, with 50. Alfa Romeo 8th with 47. Williams 9th, 39. Aston Martin 10th with 32. But yeah, interesting so far. As we look onto the leaderboard on my stream, or on my screen, I should say, we have Dan currently in pole position with a 116.7. We have Hedgehog in second with 100, yeah, a 116.7 as well. We have Swaytac also in third. I've lost something. There we go. With 116.8. Swordman in fourth with 16.9. JD also on a 16.9. Leo 17.1. Valsa 17.2. Ski for 17.3. George 117.6, and Jaden with a 17.8, and the rest of the grid has not set a time yet. But is anyone on a lap? Izzy, I think, is on a lap coming through the final sector, the stadium section. And now coming around the final corner. What is it going to be for Izzy? I think they've made a few mistakes. Up to the line goes with a 31.9. I think they definitely made a couple of mistakes that lap. We have Casper about to start his lap, but we have Tony on the lap. So we'll see them coming through the S's now. Looks like they're on a wheel. This is the first time I've commentated on Tony, I believe. I just hope the Alpines get out of his way, because he is on a lap. First Alpine decides to do so, and he's crashed. That might have been a bit of distraction for Tony. That's really unlucky. Don't know if he got damaged, but there's a yellow flag in the first sector. Don't know if the Aston Martins had made a mistake, but we just... yeah, whatever. Swaytac coming through the stadium section now. Decides to slow down. Who... Is anyone else on the lap? Izzy? They are backwards in the S's and probably got rear wing damage because of that. I think they definitely got rear wing damage because of that. Casper coming through the stadium section now. Coming through the final corner. Up to the line, what's it going to be for Casper? It's going to be a 17.5, goes 9th ahead of Georgie. Very good lap from Casper, the Mercedes driver. Is anyone else on a lap? Hedgehog is just about to finish his lap. 16.7. Although I don't think they were on a lap. I think the game's just being stupid again. Let's see. Sway? Is he on a lap? Swaytac on a lap? Who's that then? I think that's JD. That's just improved up to his 16.8. Goes third. Very good time. Or it might have been Skeef. Frick. I don't know if it was Skeef or JD. I think they might have both improved, to be honest, but I'm not sure. As there's a Alfa Romeo there, that's Izzy, and Swaytac first goes provisional pole position with a 16.4. Very good time, 3 times ahead of Dan. Really, really nice time. And Hedgehog! What's happened to Hedgehog? I think he has lost the rear end and crashed into the barrier. That is going to be the end of Hedgehog's qualifying. And George has done the same thing! Both both the Aston Martins having a crash in the S's. That's going to be the end to their qualifying. Swordman, I think, has just improved. Wait, no, I'm being stupid again. I forgot Swatak got pole, and yeah. But yeah, both the Aston Martins out in qualifying. That is super unfortunate for them. Commiserations to them. Hope they do better in the race. Leo coming through the second sector, coming up to the S's soon. As there's an Alfa Romeo that's spun. That's Izzy again. Izzy getting really unfortunate. Trying to give his teammate a slipstream. I don't think it's really worked though, I'm not going to lie. Who was I on board with? I was on board with Leo coming through the S's. I think they've backed off of their lap. Yeah, 6.4 seconds down. Definitely backed off. Anyone else? Dean coming up to the S's soon. But Bazooka's ahead of him, he's on a lap as well. .57.6 for Bazooka. Coming through the stadium section now, where the crowd go wild when they see Checo going through. Mexico is definitely a party town, and I love it. Bazooka, though, coming through the final corner. What's it going to be for him? Goes 9th. Dean, was he improving? I have no idea. He didn't set a time. Think he might have invalidated his lap. But let's see. Anyone else? Or is that it? For now. I think that's it for now. Yeah, I think that's it for now. So sorry for not being here last week. I was not really feeling well. But yeah. I'm feeling better now. And ready to qualify, ready to commentate for the race and qualifying for Mexico. Party town, as I said. It's definitely a good track. And I absolutely adore it. Just because of the party atmosphere that they bring. Tony as well on an outlap just spun. Or he might have spun, I'm not sure. Just going really slowly for the S's. Pardon me. Dean? Is he on a lap? No. I think he's just cutting straight to the pit, which I don't blame him. Yeah, he's ran out of fuel. That's why. Let's see. Tony almost losing it through the final corner. That's gotta lose him a lot of time down the straight, and he's invalidated. Tony, that's really unfortunate for him. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get back to the pits in time and put on fresh tires. Could be a possibility though. Leo is on the mediums. Why is Leo on the mediums? That's really bizarre, but I don't even know what to say to that, to be honest. I don't know why he's on the mediums. Bit unusual, in my opinion, but yeah. So can someone in chat tell me if they can hear me, please? Because I don't know if the stream can hear me, and I don't really want to test. So if anyone's in chat, can someone please tell me if they can hear me? I really appreciate it. I think Vals is on the lap. He's just started his lap. The McLaren driver doing really well in standings, 4th. So yeah, doing pretty well for himself. And the McLaren team. I'm just gonna check if the stream can hear me. Where would it be? It would be here. Here we go. Right, here we go. Right, okay, the stream can hear me. That's brilliant. Um... So, sorry about that, guys. Just had to quickly do something. Dan has improved on his lap. He's gone up to... He stayed second, but he's improved on his lap. He is at 16.5 now. Alfa Romeo going slowly in front of him. Just getting out of his way, I think. Skeef coming through the final corners. Just about to start his final lap, I think. Yep, final lap. As we have a couple of drivers going slowly here. Is anyone on the lap? Casper? I don't know if Casper's on a lap or if he's just started his, but that is Dean. That's just improved. 16.0. Goes 4 times ahead of Swiatek. It's a really good time for Dean, the NLR driver. But yeah, Dan has retired, retired. I think he's retired in the pit lane. JD coming through the stadium section now. I think he's just about to start his lap, his final lap. Or did he just improve on his lap? I don't even know, man. But Swiatek's out. I don't know where he's retired, but yeah. Let's see. There's Leo coming through the final corner. Doesn't improve, unfortunately. Skeef. Is he on a lap? I think he is. He's just started his lap. Let's see. Casper hasn't improved on his lap. Tony, coming through final corner. Doesn't improve. Okay. JD, 4 thousandths up. See him coming through the stadium section. I see Bazooka Joe in front of him though. He's coming to the pits. And JD spun! Really unfortunate for the Alpine there. He looked like he was on a really solid lap. Could have maybe put him ahead of Hedgehog. But yeah, really unfortunate for the Alpine driver there. Skeef's retired on track. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but oh well. And Leo has invalidated his lap yet again. And that is the end of qualifying. And Swiatek, I didn't even notice, improved to second, and Swordman up to third. Just noticed there. But yeah. So top 3 pretty close in quali. But yeah. So we have that. Sorry, not Dan. Dean in first with a 16.0. Swiatek in second. Swordman third. Dan fourth. Hedgehog fifth. JD sixth. Seventh. Skeef. 8th, Valsa 9th, Leo 10th, Bazooka Joe rounded up the top 10, Casper in 11th, George in 12th, 13th, Jaden, Izzy is in 14th, 15th, Maestro, and 16th, Tony. Maestro and Tony not being able to set laps that were valid. And it's a bit cloudy in quali. Could be raining in quali late in the race later. But yeah, going just about to start the race. I have no idea how I'm gonna go for the win. Anything can happen in this league. I'm not gonna lie. I forget formation laps on. But yes, let's see what tires everyone is on. Dean on the hards, Swaytac and Swordman on the mediums, Dan and Hedgehog on the hards, JD and Skeef on the mediums, and then we got Valsa, Leo and Bazooka also using the hards, Casper using mediums, George using hards even, sorry, Jaden using the mediums, Izzy using the hards, Maestro using the softs, and Tony using the hards. But yeah. Athena's just shot off. I just realised there's a Red Bull 1-2. Red Bull OP. And then Alpine just being midfield. Pretty standard, really. But yeah. And oh, I was gonna say Izzy's just shot past Maestro. That's because Izzy is actually starting ahead of Maestro, so it makes sense. As we have Dean coming through the stadium section, he could be screwed here if he doesn't start slowing down. But yeah, Dean's gonna get really cold tires as he isn't careful. As now he starts waiting and gets onto the grid spot. Looks like a pretty decent grid spot despite the board being in front of me. Now we just wait for the grid to set and we get underway with the Mexican Grand Prix, or the Hermanos Rodriguez, I think it's called. I can't remember. I'm bad with track names. I know that this is Mexico, and it's a party town when Checo's there, and you got tequila. But now we go to 4 or 5 red lights, and the lights are out, and away we go. Swaytag looks like he's gotten a better start, and he's up to first already. So Swordman's also jumped. He's up to second. Skeef fighting for that third now. Dean has had a terrible start. And now we go into turn 1. Who's got the lead? Swaytag still has the lead. Is there any contact in the background? I don't think so. It looks like a pretty clean start. And Dan's losing a couple positions. Swaytag, though, in first for the meantime. We got Swordman second, getting under pressure from Dean. But Skeef is also putting pressure on Dean. JD, and looks like Casper spun. Really unfortunate for the Mercedes. Izzy making moves on the start though, up to 12th already. Jaden Lowe, I think he's made a couple mistakes. Well, let's see, position change. And that's Hedgehog, he spun again. At the S is really unfortunate for him. And who's that? That's Jaden as well, who's spun at the S's. Really unfortunate for the two drivers. But no, Swaytek at the moment still leading, and Izzy is up to 10th. Now, if I'm correct, I was looking at the group chat just before qualifying to see if there was any controversies. But Izzy is using 808 wings, I think, or 80 wings. And he's just going to have straight line speed. Like, look at that. Bazooka left in the dust by the rocket ship Izzy. Like, that is just amazing. And Jaden in the pit lane might have got damage. I'm not sure, though. But Swaytek's still leading. Really good start for the Red Bull, but Skeef an even better one. And Maestro, I didn't even realise him. He's up to 7th. Brilliant start from the Williams driver, starting from 15th, basically. Not even basically, he did start 15, and Izzy, think, made a mistake there. Trying to just let everyone by after making their mistake. And now we have Casper up to 13th now, overtaking the Alfa Romeo. And Izzy is down to 15th. Really unfortunate there for the Alpha. But Swaytek currently leading with Swordman 2nd, Dean 3rd, Skeef in 4th, JD 5th, Leo 6th, Maestro in 7th, George getting a free second time penalty, Dan in 8th, Valsa 9th, 10th, Tony, and there's that Dean is in the pit lane. Why is he's coming in so early? He's going on to the mediums, yes. But yeah, that changes the gridding completely. Valsa overtaking Dan for 7th, Tony 9th, 10th, Bazooka 9th, 11th, George, 12th, Casper, 13th, Hedgehog, sorry. I've got another friend called Hedge, so it's really confusing. Hedgehog, blah, blah. Anyway, Izzy 14th, Dean 15th, locking up into turn 1. Really bad lock up for the Red Bull driver. Jaden 16th after his pit stop. But yeah, really brilliant, really good start from Maestro. That's incredible how he's made up that many positions already. Despite qualifying at the back of the grid. Tony up 7 positions as well, and the next most gainer is Leo, who's gained 4. And who's that? That's Izzy spinning at the chicane. Not the chicane, the S's. Don't know what's wrong with my brain today. Don't know what I don't know what's wrong with my brain today, guys, honestly. It's like, honestly, man, I'm just having a strong cover here. But yeah. Let's see, any battles happening? It's really close. There's a close battle for 7th here between Valsa, Dan and Tony. And there's also a battle for 10th, yes, between Bazooka, George, Casper, and Hedgehog. But yeah, let's see if anything's happening. And Dean, he's coming to the pits again. Is he doing what I think he's doing? I think he's trying to make them hard last until the end of the race. No, he's on another pair of mediums. Never mind. Just letting you guys know, he's already made 2 pit stops. And we're only 4 laps into the Grand Prix. Really bizarre to me what he's doing, but he's got another bad luck up there. But yeah, Swaytek still leading. 1.4 second gap, 1.5 now. Coming over the line, and who's that? That's spun. That's Izzy again. Izzy, them wings really not working. They may work on the straights, but in corners you're screwed. Really not working for him in the race. Let's see, Skeef, I think he's teammates trying to get past, and Hedgehog making 2 moves possibly in one corner. Making 2 moves in the space of 200 meters, I think. Really nice move. Really nice moves for the Aston Martin, overtaking his teammate, and Casper for 11th. Really good move there, actually, for Hedgehog. But yeah, Maestro, them softs really working for him. Getting a really good start, so yeah. And Dan, just as I'm about to switch on to him, spins at the S's, and George has another penalty. Excuse me. Oh, did it not, Dean? Oh, that's an L. That's really unfortunate. Well, hopefully you make up a bit of time, mate. And good luck for the rest of your race. Let's go on board with... who's close? I think Hedgehog's going to make another move here in the space of 2 laps. Let's see. Hedgehog closing, gaining. Gonna go down the insides. Decides to stick back into the slipstream. Despite the amount of mistakes Hedgehog has made, he's a really good driver, and I really do feel for him. He's been really unfortunate. You know, he's one of the drivers that are really clean, really quick when they want to be, but just really get unlucky with mistakes. And honestly, you do feel for him. He's had a really unlucky season, and Dean gets the fastest lap. Of course, Dean being the pole sitter, had to pit for damage, but his wing damage didn't get repaired, so he had to come in again. Really unfortunate for him there. The game's screwed him over. But yeah, as we are on lap 6, and Casper just got a penalty. That's his first of the race. And that's the 3rd penalty for any driver in the space of 7 laps. At this rate, we could have a disqualification. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. As, let's see, any moves. JD getting close to his teammate. Maybe they're going to do team orders, but I'm not sure, as George came into the pits, and Maestro and Vals are battling it for position, and Hedgehog, as I said, making the move down the inside. Really clean, really good move for the Aston Martin. Let's see, Valsa trying to go around the outside of Maestro. Can he make it work? Maestro back down the inside. Really nice defense from the Williams there. And now we've got Tony trying to get into the battle now. And Valsa forces his way down in the inside. Forces Maestro a bit wide there. Getting really impatient. Gets the move done though. Luckily no contact really. But Maestro gets his penalty because of it. Really unfortunate there. And Tony now through the S's, getting really close to Maestro here. Will he try and make a move? Going for the inside. Maestro trying to squeeze him out. Tony squeezes it out. Now Maestro got the inside from the next corner, but Tony still fighting him for here, and they've made contact. Tony gets through. I don't know who's at fault there, but really nice battling until that initial contact. Really exciting battle there. But let's see. Georgie's just made a pit stop. And now let's go on to position changes. With Tony now getting the most. Tony's up 9 positions. And yeah, doing a really good job. And Jaden has got a 3-second time penalty. And Jaden has spun out of the chicane. Who was that just got a penalty at? It was it Jaden that just got a penalty? I think it was. Was it Maestro? No, it was Jaden. Jaden just got a penalty. God, my memory is so bad. We have Swordman though in second, trying to catch down Swaytak in first. Got DRS in DRS range, and JD also still sticking with Skifer. Got DRS range. Alpines are in really good position here right now. Any moves here? Casper trying to make a move on Bazooka down the inside. Don't make contact, guys. Bazooka leaves him the room. Casper trying to go around the outside, but switches his back to the inside, just decides to stick in for the DRS, which is a really smart move, and now Casper has got a really big advantage here, and Hedgehog is just overtaken because Maestro's just gone into the pits. Casper should get the move done, unless he's got really bad straight line speed, and Bazooka's got really good straight line speed, but Tony's just made a move for 6th. That's him up 10 positions now. Really doing really good. And Swordman and Swaytak fighting! They make contact! Hopefully Swordman hasn't got damaged. It doesn't look like they have. But wow, they made contact as soon as I switch onto them. But Casper, trying to make a move on Bazooka Joe, still isn't close enough to make a move. But the two Alpines, as I was saying, really good position here for championship. Like, I'm pretty sure they are fighting for championship. These two consistently get top 5. Like, these two are really good drivers. Like, they are such a good pairing. They're both PC as well, so that can make all the difference, to be fair. But still, they are really good drivers. And yeah, I commiserate them. Honestly, commiserate them? Is that a word? I don't even know. But I applaud them because they're doing so well this season. Like, and they deserve it too. They are really good drivers. But let's see, Casper still trying to make a move on Bazooka Joe. Don't think he's going to get it on this straight, but could get next straight. Georgie gets another penalty. That's his 3rd of the race, getting him 9 seconds. I think, yep, that's his 3rd of the race. Let's see, tyres, back onto tyres. I think there was just a bit of lag there, I'm not sure though. Could just be my internet. There's not really much close moves happening apart from the front two and the two Alpines, but I don't see them switching positions anytime soon. Casper gets another penalty, that's his 2nd. Now we have the two drivers of Swordman and Swaytak fighting, coming through the stadium section and coming through the final 2 corners, because this technically counts for as 2 corners, I think. And who's that? Let's make the mistake. That's Casper. Casper has spun in the S's. That's really unfortunate for the Mercedes driver. Hopefully he hasn't got damage. If I can check, that would be brilliant, but it's not really letting me because the camera angle is crap. He hasn't got damage. That's all I wanted to know, game. Come on, man. That's all I wanted to know. Then now we have Swordman getting really close to Swaytak now. Could they make a move next lap or this lap? We'll have to see. But there is 2 drivers fighting here. That's Dean and George. Is he not too far ahead up the road? And Jaden, S's worst nightmare, has spun again. That's his I don't know how many spins he's done in this race, but Tony gets a time penalty as he's just overtaken Leo. Is Leo? That's how he's overtaken him, because Leo spun. What's happened there then? Really unfortunate from the Williams driver, and Jaden gets a 10-second time penalty. And what's he done? Dean and Georgie, have they made contact? I don't even know, but how has Jaden got a 10-second time penalty? I will never know, as he makes a bit of a lock-up there. Hadn't got damage. But what happened to Dean and George? I don't even know. As the 2 Alpines switch positions, and Casper has got a 10-second time penalty. How's he done that? What's he done there? And Jaden tiring in the pit lane. Casper also retiring in the pit lane. Oh, something happened between them two. And Leo and Bazooka fighting side by side for the chicane. Really clean driving so far between these two. Really enjoyed battling. Really enjoyed commentating on these two so far. As I'm suspicious of that. I think Casper and Jaden might have made contact or something. But I'm not going to point fingers. I'm just going to put that as a theory that they might have made contact. I have no idea though. So, yeah. We'll never know unless one of them pops in chat saying someone is an idiot or that driver's an idiot. But yeah. Let's see, Swordman getting really close to Swaytag now, as I'm going to take a swig of water. Swordman going around the outside as he got the move done on the Red Bull, but Swaytag fighting back here. Going round the outside into the inside. Don't make contact, but Swordman goes a little bit wide. Swaytag, what a brilliant defensive move from the Red Bull. That was absolutely brilliant. And Dan up to 9th, Leo down to 10th. And Dean, another penalty. I think that's his second of the race, maybe his first. It is his first. Apologies. And George has gotten his fourth, I didn't realise. But yeah, Swordman and Swaytag take a bow. What brilliant driving between them two. Clean, fair, and absolutely pushing it to the limits. These two are brilliant. I always enjoy these two. I always enjoy watching these two. These two are absolutely brilliant. And yeah, they always just seem to battle. And Dean, I think he's just given up. Retiring in the pit lane, really do feel for him. He's had a really unfortunate race. And he's just straight up left, yeah. Really unfortunate for him. Of course, they had to pit twice because the first time his crew didn't even repair his blimmin' wing. But yeah, Swordman trying to attack Swaytag here. Going around the outside, and Tony has overtaken Skeef because Skeef is in the pit lane. But let's go back on board with these two. What a brilliant camera angle for this. Swaytag doing the same thing as he did last lap, but Swordman hasn't gone wide this time. Let's see, will Swordman still be able to make the move? And that is Izzy that spun at the chicane. We won't talk about that. Let's focus on these two as Swaytag goes down the inside, but Swordman's got the defense. And Swordman up to first. Brilliant move. Brilliant, these two. And Swaytag goes down the inside. They haven't made contact. Swaytag trying to go around the outside. Will he get it done? No. Swordman, brilliant defense. Swordman up to first for the meantime. But look at Swaytag getting right up the gearbox of the McLaren. And this has brought JD into play now. JD and the Alpine trying to get really crucial points for the Alpine. And yeah, really, these two battling have brought him into the fight. This is going to be really interesting. This could be a fight until the end, which I hope it could be. Tony up to fourth though, doing brilliantly so far. I'll check position changes. Let's see. Yeah, Tony up 12 from starting last, obviously. But yeah, let's watch these three. Will Swaytag be able to be close enough to make a move? Will JD be able to get close to make a move for the next part? I think JD's got more downforce, higher downforce than these two. But so let's go on board with Swaytag trying to make a move on the McLaren of Swordman. Down the inside, isn't close enough to make a move. And that's Izzy, I think, again, making another mistake. I've just gotten a message from Dean saying it never changed his wing. I think you've already said that though, mate. I will check. For me, it came up on my screen twice for whatever reason. And Swordman, what happened there? Swordman's now got a 7/10 gap to Swaytag and JD. And it seems like something happened between George and Dean, but I don't know what. And Hedgehog getting really close here, and Swordman's in the pit lane. As now we have Hedgehog right on the back of Valsa. Let's see, Valsa, Hedgehog. Is Hedge close enough to make a move? I don't think so. Valsa's got really good straight line speed. But yeah, Swordman down to 8th, possibly 9th. Nope, 8th. It's a good pit stop from the McLaren. And yeah, rejoins in 8th. And George trying to make a move on Izzy now. Let's see, George trying to make a move. Decides to... What happened there? Is Izzy... What happened there? That was weird. That was really weird. Huh. Anyway, that was weird, whatever that was. But Maestro up gets another time penalty. That is second of the race, and Leo gets another. And Leo gets one. And JD gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And Tony is in the lead of the Grand Prix. Izzy gets a penalty. Tony, from last, currently leads the Mexican Grand Prix. He's doing a really good job. But here's the thing. Will Swordman, he's jumped JD. Will he be able to jump Swiatek? Really close here, these two. Swordman will have the advantage of warm tyres as Leo is also overtaking JD. Wow. Okay. But Leo hasn't pit yet. Georgie gets another penalty. Let's see Swordman trying to make a move on Swiatek. Is he close enough? No. So still fighting. Even when they rejoin on track, still fighting. Swordman down the inside decides to think better of it, and they make a little bit of wheel banging, but not enough to cause damage, fortunately. But Swordman and Swiatek basically been battling since, well, basically since the start, let's be honest. But yeah. Because now we have Izzy in the pit lane. Is everyone else coming in? Nope, Tony's staying out. Decides on his mediums being good. But let's see, Swordman trying to make a move on Swiatek. Or is he going to be close enough? As Izzy's just rejoined out in last, unfortunately. But let's see, Swordman round the outside. Will Swiatek defend? Isn't close enough to make a switch back. But Swordman up to 6th. Of course, towards the end, Swiatek will have the advantage of fresher tyres, but it's not really going to be much of an advantage, if you get what I mean. It's like one lap. You know, one lap is, I think, 3% left or 4% less than on our extra lap, you know. So it's like, it's not worn like much, but it's not less worn, but it's like still quite a bit less worn, if you know what I mean. But I'm just rambling on, to be honest. As Swordman, Swiatek's trying to make a move on Swordman, but Hedgehog still trying to make a move on Valsa. These two still not coming into the pit lane. Tony still leads, got 5.3 second lead at the moment. Doing really good here. This is my first time commentating on him, and he's doing pretty well from last position. But let's see. Bazooka has DRS on Dan. Will he be close enough to make a move? No. But what about Swiatek? Will he be close enough to make a move? No. Is anyone else close enough to make a move? JD is round the outside of Leo. They make a bit of contact. And JD gets the move done. Really nice move there around the outside, to be honest. There was a little bit of wheel banging, but that's... I don't know who's to blame for that, but JD still makes the move, and it was really nice. I didn't even realise Skeef was there, to be honest. Skeef really, really close to Leo there for that corner. Hedgehog close enough to make a move, let's see. Coming through the stadium section. Maybe next lap. I'm not sure, but Swiatek Still getting close to the McLaren of Swordman. And now that gap is built to 6.8. Last time I said, I think it was a 5.3 second gap. So Tony is just building his gap every lap. Building his gap every lap, sorry. And Dennis came into the pit lane. I didn't mean to rhyme that, to be fair. It just kind of happens sometimes. As Leo getting overtaken by Skeef. And gets the move done. Maestro up to 10th. And now we have Skeef in 8th. So, really good move for him. And Swordman getting close to Bazooka. And Swatak still on the back end of Swordman. But Tony, 7.3 second gap now. 7.4. And it just increases. The more I look at it, it just increases. It's mental. Valsa's tyres must be really wearing out, and Hedgehog could make a move soon. And let's see, Swordman on the back of Bazooka isn't close enough to make a move. Is anyone close enough to make a move? These three still fighting for 4th, technically. As Valsa's just came into the pit lane. I wonder where Hale will join. And that's Bazooka now came into the pit lane. Gets the Swordman gets the DRS for the straight, but hasn't got the effective slipstream. I think Swordman's using his DRS. Yes, he is. Valsa rejoins in 7th. Really good strategy call from him. I wonder where Tony will rejoin. But let's see. Dan, he's going to be fighting with Bazooka here. Out of the pit lane comes Bazooka. Dan coming, shooting around the outside. Has he got the move? Bazooka decides not to fight it. And Dan is up to 9th, making the undercut work. But let's see, can the others make an undercut on Tony and Hedgehog? Or will they come out in front? And let's also see Swatak on the back of Swordman. Isn't close enough to make a move. So maybe Swatak will be fighting for the move next lap. But honestly, these two have been fighting every lap and it's been incredible. As Maestro gets another penalty. That is his 3rd of the race. Tony stays out again, and Hedgehog has came into the pits. So Hedgehog, as he came out in front of Valsa, yes, Hedgehog making the overcut work really well there, and that's Maestro just came into the pits. Going to be going on to the mediums till the end, I presume. Yep, I am correct. And that is George spun at the S's, I think. And Maestro should come out in 11th, yeah, because George is like 30 seconds down the road. But yeah. As now we have Izzy getting lapped by Skeef. And let's see. Tony, will he come into the pit lane this lap? Stays out another lap. He is making them hards work really well. And they don't even look that worn, to be honest. They still look really good. Is he pitting for the softs? Is he going to make them hards last until softs? I think that's what he's going to try and do. But Swatak, hold up a minute. Swatak has closed up really close, got really close to Swordman there. Is he going to try and make a move? Thinks about it, decides to stick back into the behind of Swordman. Georgie getting lapped now. But let's see. Swordman, Swatak, fighting still for that second place. These two have been fighting for so long, and it feels like I've been talking on them too much, but no, it's just because I've been fighting every lap. That's mental. But yeah, Tony, he's made them hards last 23 laps. Is he going to stay out again, or is he going to pit for softs? Or is he going to pit for mediums and hopefully, well, they won't last, obviously, but he's going to hope that they're going to be good. And George and Izzy get penalties. That's George's 8th and Izzy's 2nd of the race. Georgie doing really not good with the penalties there. But let's see Swiatek coming through the final corner, getting really close to Swordman, and Leo gets another penalty. That is his 3rd of the race. And Hedgehog setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, currently in 6th behind Skeef and ahead of Velsa. Of course, he made the overcut work. So yeah, doing really good for himself there in 6th. Kinda in no man's land, I'm not gonna lie. Same with Leo, but yeah, Leo is in no man's land. He is, yeah. Leo's just kind of lonely, and I feel bad, but sometimes this happens. It happened to me in a race I did it last Tuesday, last Tuesday, like a couple of days ago. I did a race and I spun in the first lap, and I was closing to the guy in head who was 16 seconds ahead, but just basically every time I closed up to him, or every time I was gaining on him, I would just make another mistake, and that's how it went basically the whole race. And I finished 10th, so I still got points, to be fair. And Valsa gets a penalty. I think that's his first. Yep, that's his first. Really unfortunate there. Did someone else get a penalty? Was it Hedgehog? I think Hedgehog might have got a penalty. And Tony's into the pit lane. I didn't even realise. Tony, where did he come out? He's came out ahead of Skeef. Tony has really made the overcut work there and could be fighting for a podium. How has he made that work? What a guy. Tony, honestly, has done a really good job. And Leo, I think, is retired in the pit lane. He was doing really well as well. Why is he retired? I swear he's doing so well. And Swiatek getting really close there to Swordman. And Tony is already in DRS range of JD. Tony has done an absolute blinder of a strategy. He could be fighting for a top 2. Well, he's definitely fighting for a podium, that's for sure. But wow, Tony, give yourself a pat on the back. That is really a good strategy call. And I'm so amazed that you've made that strategy work. And you've made them hards last so long. Like, they didn't even look that bad. That's the thing. They only looked like 50% worn as well. That's the crazy thing. And Swiatek didn't even realise he's going down the inside. But Swordman fighting it back round the outside. Swiatek trying to do a switcheroo here. Swiatek gaining. He's gone. Swordman diving it down back down the inside. Will he do the switch back? No, but JD getting really close there to Swordman. And Tony as well. This is a 4-way battle for 4th. Wow. For 1st even. 4-way battle for 1st. This is incredible racing. And these guys are so clean as well. And Tony got really close to JD there. JD making a mistake. Tony with the downforce decides to back off. Tony back down the inside, round the outside of JD trying. And they make a bit of contact. JD getting spun, 30 degrees? Almost spinning, but Tony getting really close here. And the Hedgehog is up to 5th as well. I didn't even realise. And that's the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Let's see Tony. Can I get a good camera angle? Yes, Swordman. Let's see him coming round here. On board with the first place man, Swiatek. And Tony, side by side with JD here. Has he got the move done? Oh, they make a bit of contact. Tony going a bit deep. Tony round the outside, they've made contact again. Still really fair though, still really fair though, to be fair to them. And Tony up to third. And he's doing really good, but it's the fact that he has a penalty. He could have been fighting for a win here if he didn't have a penalty. That's so unfortunate. But yeah, Tony up to third after overtaking JD. They made a bit of contact, but still, at the end of the day, it was pretty fair. Hedgehog not far away either from this battle, so they have lost a lot of time. And Tony is right on the rear end of that McLaren, and he gets another penalty. Oh no! That could be his podium chance ruined. And Georgie with another penalty. Tony down the inside of Swordman. Swordman doesn't even fight it. Knows Tony is on the quicker tires. But Tony, really unlucky there, has gotten a penalty. But JD has 8 seconds. Oh! I didn't even realise that. And he has really caught up to Swiatek here. His downforce really paying off. His downforce really paying off for him here. Doing really well. Pulling an absolute masterclass of a strategy. Better than what Ferrari could do anyway. That's for sure. And Tony, in the end, he sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix as well to go with it. But let's see, he's gaining. He's gaining on Swiatek. Little by little, he's gaining. Round the outside, Swiatek defends it pretty well. But still going to be close. And Tony, really close here to Swiatek. Gets a really good exit. Could he have him? Could he have Swiatek by the end of the straight? Round the outside goes the AlphaTauri on the sister car. Has he got it done for the lead? They make a bit of contact. He pushes Swiatek off. That wasn't intentional at all. And Tony is in the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix. That contact wasn't intentional at all. But wow, Tony is in the lead. From last, he's in first. He's doing an absolute masterclass here. Absolute masterclass. And he's already broken DRS. He has already broken DRS. Hold on. Later. Tony, he's got 5 laps left to build enough of a gap to where he could finish second. But we'll just see what happens, really. As Izzy gets another penalty, and Valsa has just overtaken Skeef for 6th, of Skeef fighting it back. Round the outside, it goes the Alpine. Will Valsa do the old switcheroo? He can't. Skeef defending that really well. And up to 6th goes the Alpine, but Valsa's coming back at him, trying to go down the inside. Hasn't got enough speed. And it just isn't close enough to make a move. But basically, not really much else battling going on. Let me put it back onto interval. Oh wait, there is. Swordman's still trying to fight Swiatek here. And Hedgehog is getting really close to JD, and Valsa's getting really close to Skeef. And Tony sets another fastest lap, goes 3 times quicker. And wow, he's already built a 3-second gap. That just proves how much better them new mediums are to the hards. And I just realised Hedgehog has overtaken JD and Valsa has overtaken Skeef. 2 Alpines being overtaken in one corner, in one straight. And Skeef back round the other side. Brilliant move from the Alpine. Brilliant defence as well. And I think George just got another penalty. He did. He's on 24 seconds. So that means 8 seconds? 8 penalties? Is that right? 8 penalties? I think it is. My math, I think, is correct. Well, I didn't fail math, so I should really know that. But, yeah. Tony, now a 4-second gap. I'm not going to say anything else. Apart from, he's now got a 4-second gap. Wow. Honestly, just wow. So, I'm not going to say anything else. But we're just going to watch these two fighting. Hedgehog could be in the reins for a podium as well. The mediums working really well, and JD is pit. Oh, he's in AI. He's disconnected from the session, and he's serving that 5 seconds. That is his AI is serving his 5 seconds. That's just ruined JD's chance of a top 10 maybe, and Maestro gets a penalty, but it's not really. He's still in 9th. So yeah, and Valsa and Skeef still fighting here, and Hedgehog and Swordman still fighting as well. And Valsa and Skeef still fighting. Valsa trying to go down the inside, forces Skeef a little bit wide. Skeef has the better traction though, and has the defense done on Valsa. Really good driving, really good battling between these two. And I'm just enjoying every second of it. And we have Hedgehog as well, trying to make a move on Swordman. Getting really close. Valsa making a move on Skeef once again. Has he got the move done this time? I think he has. But Skeef's still fighting back here. You can see that his light is flashing, but they haven't got much ERS. They've got the exact same amount of ERS. And the Hedgehog's still trying to make a move on Swordman, but we'll focus on Skeef. Is he close enough to make a move? Valsa's got the DRS. Skeef getting really close here. Close enough to make a move down the inside here as possible. No, not close enough. And Tony has got the second. He's got the 6-second gap. Tony, he could win. I am baffled. I am honestly baffled. But let's see. Let's continue watching Skeef here. But Hedgehog as well, getting really close to Swordman here. So we'll go on board with the Aston Martin, see if he's close enough to make a move. Just slipping away from Swordman basically. And Valsa trying to make a defensive move on Skeef. Skeef, is he close enough to make a move here? No, he isn't. He might be close enough to make a move in the next corner though. Next corner, the next straight. Let's see. Skeef closing, but not close enough, unfortunately. But let's see. Hedgehog Uh, coming through the S's. Getting a really good exit compared to Swordman. Hedgehog, he could be in for a move here. Trying to fake the inside, but doesn't decide to go for it. And Skeef has gotten a penalty. That's just ruined his chance for 5th, I think. And Dan, if he's close enough, could be in for a chance of 6th here. Because of that penalty. Really unfortunate for Skeef there, but it happens. Let's see Hedgehog though. Is he close enough to make a move on Swordman? He is closing, using ERS and DRS. Hedgehog goes down the inside. Has he got the move done before the corner? Yes, he has. Hedgehog up to 3rd. I think Swordman's not fighting it because he knows Hedgehog has got the penalty. So, yeah, really big, really smart play there from Swordman. But anyone else close to the move? I don't think so. We'll stay on board with Skeef. I don't think he's close enough to make a move on Falso though. No, he isn't. But, let's see. Hedgehog. Trying to get a really good result here. Trying to get a podium. But that's just ruined it, I think. Gets a penalty. That's his 2nd of the race, I think. That's his 3rd of the race. But Hedgehog, round the outside he goes. Up to 2nd. Hedgehog has been really unfortunate with penalties, but I think he's still in a chance for 4th. So that's going to be a really good result nonetheless. As we go on to the final lap, Tony leads it. Got a 9-second gap to the next driver, which is Hedgehog. And Swatak makes a move on Hedgehog. So Swatak back up into 2nd. Hedgehog not got the straight line speed to fight against that Red Bull, but wow. Tony now got a 10-second gap. I'm not going to say anything else. But let's see. Swordman trying to make a move on Hedgehog. I mean, he doesn't really have to though, because he's got the gap nonetheless. He's got that podium nonetheless. But let's go on board with the man of the hour, the man of the race. Definitely my driver of the day, that's for sure. As he comes through the stadium section, he will see the confetti going up in flames. Tony coming around the final corner, up to the line, wins the Mexican Grand Prix from last. What an absolute performance. Gets the fastest lap as well. Definitely my driver of the day. What an absolute goat, Tony. Gets the fastest lap, gets the win from last position nonetheless. And what a performance from the AlphaTauri. Give yourself a pat on the back, Tony. What a brilliant performance. Honestly, mate. What a brilliant performance. Dan does get that 6th from Skeef. Now we see Bazooka and Izzy gets a penalty. Fighting with Maestro. Even though these two are not fighting on the same lap. To fight, giving it a fight till the end. Izzy down the inside. Trying to make another move and he's hit the wall. And that is the final driver to finish. But wow. Whoever... You couldn't have predicted that race. Tony, honestly, what a performance. Driver of the day in game, my driver of the day as well. Absolutely brilliant performance. Absolutely brilliant. From last, completes the absolute strategy masterclass and gets the win. Like, who would have predicted that? I definitely wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't have. But wow, Tony has won the Mexican Grand Prix. What an absolute goat. But wow. Honestly, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Gets the fastest lap, completes the last to first, and completes the strategy masterclass. You couldn't ask for more, really. Brilliant performance from the Brit. But we'll run through the grid order. Tony in first, Swaytak gets second, Swordman third, Hedgehog, really good performance from him, gets fourth, Valsa fifth, Stan in sixth, Skeef seventh, Bazooka 8th, 9th JD, 10th Maestro getting points as well. George finishing a race, really well done to him. Gets 11th. Izzy also finishing a race, gets 12th. Leo 13th, Dean 14th, Casper 15th, and Jaden 16th. But honestly, wow. Anyway, guys, that's me. Thank you for watching, whoever watched. And I will see you guys next week where we are racing around, let me get the calendar up, where we are racing around Portugal for round 7. So I'll see you guys next week. And I hope you have a good night. And I'll see you later. Goodbye.